Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Spinning the Web, Spinning the Breeze, whatever we're calling it. It's spinning the breeze, right?
We're off to a good
Yeah,
start. You know
yeah.
how what your show is called.
Well, shut up. I'm your friendly neighborhood soda, joined as always by the amazing Ben Riley, and joined by Spider Kiwi.
Sure, I'll take
Okay,
that.
how you guys doing today?
Spectacular.
Ooh,
Yes, I agree. I concur.
okay. I was waiting for you to say amazing, but okay. All right, but anyways, yes, we're here to talk about Spider-Man 2, what a lot of people considered up to the release of the MCU the greatest superhero movie of all time. What do you guys think of the movie after watching it, rewatching it for the first time in probably a while?
For me, I know I'm going to be in the minority. It holds up. I had fun with it. I like the campiness. I like the superhero. I like the universe that Sam Raimi gave us. My last me.
Hmm.
When I guess you don't feel the same way, both of you.
Well, Jess, you want to go first, or do you want me to?
So I love Doc Ock. I think he's like the best part of this whole film. I
Mhm.
think that his characterization and the scene in the operating room, the scene in the operating room is the best scene in the whole
Yeah.
film. The way it creates tension and the fact that it has no score, it's spectacular. The writing, bit iffy. Oh
Hmm.
boy, yes, is one of the weirdest lines I think Toby Maguire utters in it. And he's very genuine about it. He's like, oh boy, yes. And I'm like, who says that? So I had some script issues and I still have some MJ issues, but I feel
Hmm.
like that's just going to be throughout the films as a whole. She's a very awfully written character, and I will get into that as we talk about this.
I'm in a similar boat to Jess. I love Doc Ock. I think the action scenes themselves, I think those hold up very well.
Mm.
But the script is not the best script I've ever heard, and I still don't understand Mary Jane and Peter's relationship, because in the first movie it's like they live next to door to each other, but they don't really know each other. Like she doesn't really talk to him. But then
So
in
you're
this
a
one,
Peter, right?
yeah, and then in this one, it's like they've been longtime best friends leading up to this, and all that jazz. And it's like, okay, it doesn't, no, it doesn't quite work. But like I said, Doc Ock and the action set pieces still all hold up.
Mm.
One of the brightest spots for me, Peter and Harry's relationship.
Oh yeah.
Well, I actually think the through line of that from the first one to the third one, I love. Is it? Yeah, but yeah, I don't think James Franco and Harry Osborn work so well for me. What about you guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was good, but there are times where it's like he was kind of all over the place, and like especially that first scene.
Oh, just you wait till Spider-Man 3.
Oh no, I know, but like in
It's
the
great. It's like I I I'm gonna say this now. Spider-Man 3 is my favorite out of this trilogy. Spider-Man
Really?
2 has some of the best action scenes, but Spider-Man 3 as a whole, I will champion this. You wait till next week because I will be champion this. I've got a whole speech involved.
No, what I mean by like he's all over the place is like take the very first his first scene, for example, when they're celebrating Peter's birthday, and they're talking 101, and he's like, oh, all chummy chummy chummy, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere it's just like, tell me who Spider-Man is. You're like, what the fuck? It happened so fast you get whiplash.
Yeah, I can understand that, but
Wait.
he's sort of torn, isn't he, between like adoring Peter for being, his best friend, and then also remembering he's got that link to the person that
Yeah.
he thinks killed his father. It's
I I, I
understandable.
I guess I just don't like how it was played out, because
Uh,
I got that, and I actually like that element, but I'm just like the scene itself, it just, I don't know, I just feels like maybe it could have been better.
I get it.
you said you could give you whiplash. Don't forget who else is in this movie. J.K. Simmons.
Mm-hmm. Whiplash, the band teacher from hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
I'm
my
pretty sure if I had a
temple.
teacher like that, I would have dented my saxophone on his head. Honk
But the
this,
movie.
bitch. Burn.
Oh god.
All right, so shall we hop into the plot? And
Mhm.
yes,
Yeah.
this is actually a shorter plot than the last two.
What? Are
Really?
you telling me there was not much of a story in this one?
Wow, you guys are going to
Well,
going
you
deep
know,
in.
there is truth to that though, because when they started filming, they shot the train sequence first because they didn't have anything else to shoot. There was no script.
Yeah, I will champion some scenes in this. I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rip this whole film apart because there are some incredible scenes in this film.
Yeah, but a lot of the dialogue, man.
Okay, before we get started,
Yeah.
what Spider-Man 1 came out in 2002.
Mhm.
This came out in 2004.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Not that long in between movies.
No.
Within
Very
2000.
small itty bitty pre-production phase.
Yeah, but I mean, like Iron Man and Iron Man 2 had a similar thing as well. Well, no,
And,
actually, I think that's a bad example.
and Iron Man
Comparable, though.
2, I didn't look upon the upon.
Yeah, but I mean, with something that big though, you'd think they would at least have a few pages written, but it sounds like they had nothing. They had storyboards. That was
They're
it.
like, well, let's bring in a train.
Yeah,
Let's have him fighting Doc Ock on a train.
and also Tobey Maguire almost got fired. I don't know if you guys know that. They had Jake Gyllenhaal lined up because Tobey Maguire feigned a back injury.
Oh, he faked it?
He faked it.
Oh, okay.
And that's where the line where when he falls is like, oh, my back. That's where that came from.
Okay, I didn't know he faked it. I thought he really had one.
He said he had one. I don't know. Alrighty. Peter Parker is finding his double life increasingly difficult. Precariously struggling to balance his crime-fighting duties as Spider-Man with the demands of his normal life, Peter often finds his personal life Sorry, I expanded the page and it actually made me lose where I was. Peter often finds his personal life taking a back seat. He loses a job delivering pizzas in Manhattan, faces financial difficulties, and struggles to maintain his physics studies at Columbia University. Moreover, he has become estranged from both love interest Mary Jane, who to Peter's disappointment is in a relationship.
Oh, yeah, okay. But
Yeah.
this scene where they're standing in the backyard at Aunt May's place and she's all, tell me how you feel about me. And then he's like, I'm not going to get into it. Yep.
Back injury, he
Okay.
played it up.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he tells her that he's not going to basically give her the answer that she wants. She's like, well, I've got a boyfriend. I'm like, well, what was the point? Why did you care? Why did you ask him how he felt? And he'd be like, well, I've got a boyfriend. No. It's like, okay, cool.
Because she's a bitch.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
She is so emotionally manipulative in this film. It just makes it so hard to get behind her as a character. And I just don't want her to end up with Peter at all.
Plus, I prefer the wig she wore in the first one over the dye jobs they did in this one.
Oh,
I'm not a big fan of the dye job.
really?
Yeah, I prefer the wig she had in the first one, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a wig. I thought
That was a wig. And best friend Harry Osborn, who falsely accuses Spider-Man of murdering his father, and his Aunt May is threatened with foreclosure.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. Harry doesn't know that it's a false thing.
Yeah,
He'll find out to the third film.
I know. Well, I do have something to say about the third film and not the storyline, but I
We'll get there.
I will get there.
Future spoilers.
Something about why a certain person wouldn't tell Harry.
It's like, hey, out of the blue, guess what? I've got information for you.
Mm-hmm. It was the butler who did it.
Butler in the Green Goblin cave.
Yep, yeah, exactly. The candlestick. Harry, now head of Oscorp's research division, has invested in the research of.
Can we just say how well Harry's done, though? The fact that his father never believed in him, and he's still got, as far as we're aware, what was it, 2 years since it happened?
Yeah, 2 years.
So he's still keeping his father's legacy afloat when he never had any hope that he could do that. It just goes to show that he maybe just wasn't in the right field.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because Harry is known to be smart as well. He's just not at that smart. Yeah.
Business smart.
He's really smart.
Yeah, Aston Martin. Harry, now head of Oscorp's research division, has invested in the research of brilliant scientist Otto Octavius, Peter's idol.
Is that his real name?
He's doing
fuck.
a
That was a
trailer,
great moment.
reference.
Sorry, Spider-Man. No, Far From Home.
No
Trailer.
way.
Far From Home was the second one, right?
Yeah, I love the fact that though in this film when the Doc Ock becomes a thing, he's like, oh, his name's Otto Octavius and he gets 8 limbs. Like, what are the chances? I'm like, that's a great way to explain a really stupid comic book name. It's like, come on, who does that happen to?
And I love the scene in this when they're trying out names for him. Somebody says, Dr. Strange.
Yeah, and
That was intention.
yeah, I was like, did they seriously do a Doctor Strange reference?
Yeah.
That was great. Because back then I had no clue. I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think anybody did. If you're being honest.
Unless you're a super comic book nerd. So
back to Harry leading the company.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's how you get to the top. You can either sleep your way or kill your way to the top. Only 2 ways.
Or sometimes both. To perform a sustained
what, like a
basic instinct.
What, like sleep with them, then kill them?
Yeah. The other way is just too gross.
The other way is also
unless you're into that sort of thing, then just stay away from me.
This took a turn. Anyway.
Yeesh. All right. To perform a sustained fusion experiment, Octavius has developed a set of artificially intelligent mechanical arms, which are impervious to heat and magnetism. Though the experiment overloads and becomes unstable, Dr. Octavius refuses to halt it with devastating results. His wife is killed.
His wife.
Yeah, he loses the love.
Can we say though that like the scene between him and his wife at their apartment, you can tell like both actors are so great at sort of demonstrating that long time love. Just the way they interact with each other, you can really believe that they're a happily married couple and they're super supportive of each other, which makes it actually kind of sad when she does die because you're like, oh, I actually really did believe that they were in love.
Well, that's what you get when you get a world-class talent like Alfred Molina.
Oh
God, Alfred Molina is so good in anything I've ever seen him in.
Hello, Peter.
I'm so excited for him to come back. I'm so excited.
You know what? I'm excited to get William Dafoe back.
Yeah. Oh. Hello.
Oh, you made your wall. He built the wall.
This isn't my... I thought this was a different green room. Oh, sorry. I was just checking on my other green room. I'm getting it ready for a show.
We're live on the Spider-Man 2 Shoot the Breeze.
Oh, oops. I guess that's what that big red live meant. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dead giveaway. Well, win in Rome.
I can't read.
I could say that I was watching you guys, but you double booked me. I'm supposed to be watching the rundown right now, so I was watching that.
Well, I'm
sorry.
You off and you can go back to watching it. It's all good.
I'm kidding. Not really. I did jump in for a moment just to see if, I want to make sure Jess and Ben were here before I joined.
Okay.
Oh my God. Because I didn't. Oh, just Soda. You can't insult Soda. He's not smart enough to take it.
Right. Sorry, sometimes I don't get I don't get when he insults me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it goes over your head sometimes. It's okay. It's fine. What are we talking about? Where are we?
Spider-Man 2. We are
Doc Ock's killed his wife.
Yeah.
Oh man, spoilers.
Spoilers for an almost 20-year-old movie.
Yeah. I can't even remember the last time I watched it. I remember this movie very fondly. But none of this Spider-Man trilogy. That's why I wasn't originally going to do the show. I just figured it'd be fun to crash it. None of this original Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. Like, I don't go back and rewatch it like I do with a lot of other superhero movies. Like, I have zero ill thoughts. Even the third one, I think it gets a bad rep. I mean, it's hot trash, but it's It's really fun hot
fun
trash.
Exactly. That's my point. There's so many people like, oh, it's the worst movie ever. I'm like, it's not.
Watch Evil Dead 2 and tell me it's not good trash.
It's
trashy. I love all the Evil Deads, but Sam Raimi, I'm saying Sam Raimi lives in a world of camp, and he's really good in that world of camp. He knows how to do camp
well.
Hello, Darkman.
Oh yeah, Darkman's trashy and campy as they come, but it's so good.
Especially for you, Taco. How well do you remember that operating room scene in Spider-Man 2 with the artificial limbs?
Zero amount.
How do you not? It's one of the best scenes in that film.
When he's all messed up? You mean when they like slowly take over him?
No.
So when he's on the operating table and he's got his eyes covered and they're going to like chop off the artificial limbs from his body. And take over. Lots of screaming women. He likes his screaming woman shots.
Yeah, he does. I mean, if you go back and watch like any of number 1 or 2, any of the big crowd scenes, Sam Raimi crowds are half disintegrating old men and screaming ladies. That's the only people who go to events in his world. That and Bruce Campbell. There's like 14 Bruce Campbells. Do you think that there's Bruce Campbell? Yeah, do you think that like the scene in Matrix 2 where Bruce Campbell is just turning us all into Agent Smiths, but they're all Bruce Campbells? I would so be okay with that. If everyone was walking around like "Hail to the King, baby," that's a world I would like. I'm down for that world. We all.
Now you're talking about like that Family Guy episode where Peter gets the power of touch. And whoever he touches, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but that's great.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So my wall isn't tall enough, huh? You can see the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
So it's Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
So it's the second one?
Yeah. The neural inhibitor chip, which prevented the advanced AI of the arms from influencing Octavius's own mind, is destroyed, and the arms become fused to his spine. Unconscious, he is taken to a hospital to have the appendages removed, but the tentacles develop their own ability to move at will and brutally kill the surgeons, and Octavius escapes. Uncontrolled, the tentacles begin to corrupt Octavius's mind, playing on his vanity and ego, and he decides he must complete his experiment at any cost.
I'm embarrassed to admit that it took me a while to realize that the arms were physically attached to the spine. I thought it was one of those things where he could take them on and off whenever he wanted.
Oh, like a backpack?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
that's what the inhibitor chip was like, so it wouldn't take over.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how originally it was in the comics, if it was fused to his spine like that or not.
All right. Well, I can help. I think the original art looked like it was coming out of like an apparatus that was hooked to his back. Like it looked like a backpack.
Yeah.
But I do know that they were physically attached. I think the design is just like it's covered, whatever it is that attaches. It's not so much like in the movie where it's literally. I do love the design of Doc Ock. Can I tell you about where I was the first time I ever saw the poster? This is, I didn't have a computer growing up. At all, so I didn't like see a lot of stuff via the internet and whatever. What year was this? 2003, 2002, 4. Okay, so 2004, I was in, I want to say junior high, and we were going to the Dollar Theater back then. We had a place in Moorhead, Minnesota called the Safari, so it was $1 to get in. So all the like broke teens, we would all go to that. Like, so we would get dropped off. So we would all lie and say we're going to watch some like Rob Schneider movie, and then we'd sneak into a horror movie.
Okay.
So we snuck into Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot, which is fantastic. Just a fantastic horror reboot. And I remember that night because a friend of mine who I'm still like really close friends with, I was trying to date her, and I was flirting with her the whole night, talking through the movie. But I remember seeing the poster, and it was that you see Spider-Man's face, and through the reflections of his eyes, you see Doc Ock. And I remember thinking of that design, of how different yet menacing it was of you know how he is this whole movie of that long overcoat with, you know, it reminded me of what the X-Men's were doing at that time of trying to modernize and make things look slightly gritty, not like Dark Knight gritty, but it was slowly getting there where they're moving away from yellow spandex.
Mm-hmm.
So
like Fantastic Four suits and
is it this poster?
No, yeah,
because you can see Doc Ock right there.
And I remember just seeing that little bit, and I'm like, that's what Doc Ock looks like, and it kind of blew my mind. I kind of really liked it, and I still really like that design. I don't love this Doc Ock when it comes to like compared to comics. Well, he's just not as evil, and Doc Ock's evil is fuck, man. Like they went the Dr. Freeze route.
Spider-Man PS4 game did this Doc Ock storyline better.
Yeah, okay. I remember that game. Not a lot, but I remember it a little. The PS4 game. Oh, never mind.
It does the same storyline where like the mentorship or whatever. It does it way better than this movie, if I'm being honest. But for me, is still pretty damn good.
Can I ask something real quick?
Yeah, of course.
If what Doc Ock was trying to do actually worked and everything went through according to this plan, how would he live his life physically with 4 extra arms? I would think that would be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah. Thinking about it, sure.
But you could you're supposed to take them off.
I could cut so many people's hair at the same time.
If they're physically attached to him,
I do.
Imagine how intimidating as a hairdresser I'd be coming out with like 4 mechanical
I do
arms.
think of that's not that superpower, but I do think of me having certain specific supervillains powers when I'm at work, and one of them is Magneto. When I used to take metal blocks out of these machines, and it was 10 curved blocks that make up a big drum, and sugar beets go into it and slice out the drum. And I remember just like you would just sit and like hold out your hands, and just the blocks would just move out and put back in, and just be Magneto about it, right? And then you just pick up all 6, move them to the table, and just loosen all the bolts, break them all up, put the new knives, sit down, and go back and watching the movie on your cell phone on break. Like that was my superpower. Doc Ock would work. Is that what we were talking about? What superpower we wanted at work?
Yeah.
No.
Why not? Anyway.
J. Jonah Jameson names him Dr. Octopus, or Doc Ock. In an effort to finance his experiments, Doc Ock attempts to rob a bank where Peter Parker and his Aunt May happen to be present, with the bank manager played by a pre-hair plug Joel McHale.
What do you mean hair plug?
Hair plugged.
He got hair plugs.
He's got the old receding hairline going on.
Yeah, but you can actually tell that it's fake hair, like hair plugs?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've heard he had him.
Oh. The only actor I know for a fact is that one guy who was on Breaking Bad, and he was in, well, I was going to say a Tarantino movie, but, you know, you're not a big Tarantino fan, Soda, but I'm trying to remember the guy's name. He just died not too long ago. He was in Jackie Brown. He was the guy who disappears people in Breaking Bad, but he has like really bad hair plugs.
You're not talking about Jonathan Minks, are you?
I don't know things. I'm just here to. I'm the one who looks good.
Look good.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not Tyrion. I don't drink and know things. I just drink.
Drink and look good.
Well, I don't drink, but I know things.
There we go.
I smoke and forget things.
We know.
Yeah.
I don't have 2 screens, so I'm currently blocking this whole thing. So if you guys want to flick me off and stuff, I can't see you right now.
After a short glitch in his powers, Spider-Man manages to recover.
He doesn't even know he's been taken off the stream. He won't even know.
Nope. He does now that you've said it, but
I heard you guys. Robert Foster. You can look shit up without getting kicked out. Okay. Yeah, next time you look something up, I'll boot you too. Yeah. It's literally part of his character in Jackie Brown, when he talks about how it hurt his ego, and then he did that, and now he feels good about it.
I Robert Foster.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah, for real, dude. That guy was great.
I know.
After a short glitch in his powers, Spider-Man manages to recover, and soon the two take their fight outside the bank, where Doc Ock takes Aunt May as a hostage. When Spider-Man rescues her, she revises her former opinion of him and realizes that he is a hero. Octavius escapes unharmed. During a party, Peter learns that MJ is planning to marry J. Jonah Jameson's son, John Jameson, an astronaut.
He's an astronaut.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I'm real bad for this actor. Like, I don't think he has one speaking line. And all
No, he does.
does-
He says, "I feel like I'm back on the moon again." After she kisses him upside down.
Okay. Ben, you feel bad for somebody who gets to kiss Kirsten Dunst upside down twice? Come on. What are you doing here? She kisses him when he's on the couch. You feel bad for that guy?
Yeah.
He got paid for that. Come on. And he had one line? Oh, you know how hard I work at work? Jeez. A lot harder than that.
Yeah.
For
less pay.
Not the actor, I feel bad for the character. There's a
The
difference.
character gets a bad deal. He hooks up with
Mhm.
her, and she doesn't even want to be with him. It's sad. Then she
Yeah.
leaves him at the altar, like legitimately leaves him at the
Leaves him,
altar.
Yeah, She's not even
Asshole.
Julia Roberts. What is she thinking?
No, Runaway Bride.
Yep. Haven't seen that movie in ages.
I saw it once. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Wasn't that also
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere? Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. We should do the Julia Roberts Richard Gere 2-parter one day. Let's do it. Let's just go Pretty Woman right into Runaway Bride, and then we'll all be depressed and hate each other.
We could call the episode "Pretty Runaway Bride."
Pretty Bride, Runaway
Woman.
Prostitute? Runaway Woman. There you go. She's a prostitute in the movie. All right. Geez.
Yeah. He also gets. Oh, you guys should watch the movies that made us episode on that because they delve into how the story originally was really dark. Okay.
A chick who runs away from her husband's on the altar isn't dark enough?
No,
No,
the friend
Pretty
dies
Woman.
at the end of a heroin overdose and just other stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, that.
Oh my
There's
god.
that. There's also more stuff like they go
Okay.
to.
All right, how about this?
Okay,
Since
anyway.
we do like shooting, we like to do puns, like shooting the breeze puns, right? We can call it shooting the woman. Shooting the bride.
He
All
also
right, we'll-
gets
we'll-
into a physical altercation with Harry,
Workshop it.
who is drunk because Octavius' failed experiment with left Oscorp bankrupt. Shortly after, Peter loses his powers while web slinging across town. He is unable to spin webs, his ability to adhere to smooth surfaces fails, and his spider sense is greatly diminished. Meanwhile, Octavius rebuilds his experimental
Is this
reactor.
an erectile dysfunction joke?
I was thinking more.
Seems like it.
Why does it not happen?
He has performance
I mean, why does
issues.
it happen? He just it's just.
He's having performance issues, and it's never explained why.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's not important.
I
it
don't
just
have
happens,
have
Jess.
one, so I don't know why it would happen.
You don't have a web shooter?
No, I don't have a penis.
Save it for the taco stand.
What? Come on! We're talking about Spider-Man's power. She's the one who said penis. It's not my fault. I didn't fuck that one up at all.
Peter
Came here to
questions
hang
if he
out,
will
came
ever
here to
have
have
what
fun.
he needs, a life as Peter Parker, which involves a vision of Uncle Ben, and resolves to give up being Spider-Man, to which J. Jonah Jameson is delighted. Having
Does
been
anyone
given,
else find Tobey Maguire's cry face so hard to take seriously?
I
'Cause I
do.
can't.
I find
that's
him
unanimous.
hard to take seriously.
Every
Has he
time
been?
I'm like, I just start laughing. I don't.
Has he
find
been
it.
really good in anything? Like
Yeah,
really
I
Didn't
good?
like him in The
lo-
Great Gatsby. Didn't
I
like him there.
love, I love him in Pleasantville.
Okay, well that goes over my head. Who did he play in Pleasantville?
He played
The main guy?
Oh, Pleasantville. Why did I think you said Smallville? I was like, he wasn't Superman. You can't double cast him like that. Yeah, Pleasantville. Yeah, he's the main guy in Pleasantville. I remember that now. There's really not a lot of things that stand out like that he's been really good in.
He missed it. He was right in He missed it.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember it.
I heard Brothers was really good.
It wasn't
Okay.
It wasn't that good. I would say really good, but he was okay in that. All right, that was probably the closest he comes to a really good performance because he's playing a vet who gets captured in Iraq and he like goes through some real mental issues, and that's pretty decent. But I mean, you're working against Jake Gyllenhaal and pre-shaving your head for V for Vendetta, Natalie Portman. No one's gonna remember you're even in that, man.
That's true.
She had the most beautiful hair back then. She probably still does now.
God, I was watching the Attack of the Clones today.
Mm. That's a Star Wars movie.
I know.
Yeah.
That's a
Glad
wolf
you have a
movie.
Star Wars show.
Ooh, soda?
You.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. That's great. That's perfect for me. Let's do that.
All right.
Do you want me to leave soda?
Well, no, I want you to stay. It's just I know we got a show in like an hour and a half, so I don't want us to go too long, so we can at least do a couple of things before. You know what I mean?
And I want to eat spaghetti in between this too. So.
Then go eat.
No, in between this.
He wants spaghetti.
You know
time
how
over
hard it
himself.
is? The girls went to sleep, and I have something to do at 10. And it's a thing that has been in my head for a month, and I've been freaking nervous and all crazy all day about it. And Jess has been talking to me.
I calmed him down, and
Yeah,
now
no. I'm calm.
Oh,
I'm calm.
okay.
But you want me to just sit right now?
No.
It ain't gonna work out, man. I needed to talk to you guys. I knew that you guys were doing the show. I knew you guys wouldn't mind if I crashed.
I just gonna be here your time.
You know what, Taco? I'm glad you're here because I don't think I'll be able to come on your stream tonight. So this way I can get you.
But
Yay!
Ben, you've been the early guy. The first two, and I love. If you can't make it,
I'm not complaining.
No. I'm saying no. I know you're not complaining. I was about to thank you, you bastard. No, I was about to say, if you can't make it because we're doing the Star Wars show for the first 2 hours, that's fine because you've been like the no one else is there with me right away guy twice, and I like it's great. You freaking I'm not gonna
I'll come on the next time.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, we'll do the Star Wars. We'll do the next time we have to do a show, like a game during it. We'll do it in the morning. There you go. Screw everybody else. 5 in the morning game.
Let's do it.
What's sleep?
Yeah. We need to sleep. Yeah. Anywho, we'll be in
at home after visiting Uncle Ben's grave. Aunt May is distressed by Peter's confession that he was somewhat responsible for his Uncle Ben's.
That scene was actually pretty.
Yeah,
where he like touches her hand and she just pulls it away. I'm like,
oh my god, I gotta rewatch this.
It's so much worse than any line she could have said back to him. That just that withdrawing her hand and then getting up and walking out. I'm like, oh my god, that's like the worst possible interaction I could ever have with another person.
I don't even remember the scene.
He tells her about what happened in Spider-Man 1 where he let
he's like, by the way, I let Ben die because I was being
because I was trying to teach this other guy a lesson about how it's not my problem, and then she just literally walks away from him. I'm like, oh.
And can I say that scene is what makes you the best Aunt May and live action. I don't care what to say.
Marissa Tomei is so hot though.
Yeah,
thank you.
I get clouded by the.
Sometimes I mentally control Jess to say misogynistic things because it doesn't sound misogynistic when she says it. I'm like, don't bring up her looks. Thank you, Jess.
I'm just saying that sometimes I'm like, oh god, Marissa Tomei's a straight up hottie, and then I forget that there are people that are really good at playing Aunt May. I've got to be honest.
I can't say, but she hot dough. That makes me look like a misogynist. But Jess can, and everyone's like, oh, all right. Yeah, she is, I guess. Oh, if you mention it.
It's okay. It's okay.
I still can't get it's one of my favorite movies, so I can't get over Marissa Tomei being Aunt May. It's still weird to me because I still think of her as like my cousin Vinny in her other roles, like Wrestler 2. Like she's just so not Aunt May-ish. And so when she's like talking to Peter, I just hear like my biological clock. Like I hear lines from my cousin Vinny, and it's weird for me.
Fair enough.
It's messing up with my 14-year-old crush. By 14, I mean starting at 14, 10 now. She's still one of my big celebrity crushes. Jennifer Connelly's another one. A lot of people are surprised by that one, but
I don't see that. I'm sorry, I don't see that myself.
Yeah, all right. What's up? So there's a movie, Spider-Man 3. We're talking about Spider-Man 3. When does Sandman come in?
Oh, yeah,
next week.
Yeah, next week.
Stick around.
After Peter and Aunt May and Peter reconcile, and she tells Peter of the hope that Spider-Man brings to others, in spite of what dreams he may have.
She knows who he is at this point. Yeah, the way she says it to him, she's like, he needs Spider-Man. That little boy needs Spider-Man. Like, she's telling him to become Spider-Man again.
Yeah, she's basically
when would that ever
winking.
be an organic conversation between two people that aren't Spider-Man?
I often tell my wife that we need Spider-Man. So,
You like our daughter needs Spider-Man.
yeah, why do we not have Spider-Man in her life? Like, just, every once in a while, like, swooping down, saving a cat.
Sometimes I need a Hulk. I need a Hulk sometimes.
To, like, move. Like, when you have to, like, move from
objects.
one apartment to another.
Yeah.
I would love to have the Hulk. I think I would choose the Thing more because he's always the Thing.
Then why not?
Not the Alien movie.
I know what you're
The
talking
Thing
about.
but
No,
look at
I was
Jess's
making
face.
a face. Well, we
Yeah,
just watched
Fantastic
it. That's the
Four
first thing comes to
thing.
my mind.
The Fantastic Four Rockman, Ben Grimm.
Okay.
If we're going that road, I'd rather have Professor Hulk.
I'm just having flashbacks.
Oh, yeah, Grayskin
Yeah,
Hulk. There you go.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
Well, he's Grayskin in the comics, yeah. I'll be right back. I'm not leaving.
Okay. Peter attempts
As
to
he
reconnect with
exits,
Mary Jane,
I'm not leaving, but I'm
but
going.
she informs him it is too late. In the meantime, Doc Ock has completed rebuilding his reactor and needs one final item: tritium, a rare metal which fuels the reactor. He goes to Harry Osborn for it, dangling him over the edge of the Osborn mansion balcony when he refuses. Harry agrees to give Ock what he needs in exchange for capturing Spider-Man.
Okay,
But he's going to do it through Peter.
Here's a question for you. If this movie was in the MCU, would they use vibranium instead of tritium?
Probably.
Is it known, though, to generate power like that, though? Is it as unstable as that? Because the problem is you have to have properties that create.
It had made up material. They couldn't say it there whatever they needed to do.
That's true.
It's a MacGuffin.
Yep. Really, yeah, no, it definitely is a MacGuffin.
But yeah, it's the fact that he says to him before he leaves, he says, "Don't hurt Peter," and then he hurdles a taxi cab through the front of the cafe. I'm like, how did he not think it was going to hurt him? Like,
He's
we
trying
know
to squash a spider.
No, but he
Peter's
doesn't know he's Spider-Man
I know,
at this point, which is the baffling thing. If he knew that he was Spider-Man, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool, fine, whatever.
Are you sure he said don't hurt Peter and he didn't say
Yeah.
don't tell Peter?
Oh,
No,
no.
oh no.
I'll show myself out. Thank you for reminding me, guys. You didn't even invite me. Well, maybe he's just trying to kill, Mary Jane, so Peter listens.
Mm-hmm.
By crushing them both with a taxi cab.
Well, it's hard to
These are
aim a
great
taxi
for
cab, Jess.
information.
When's the last time you aimed a taxi cab? Yeah, never. You don't know. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, men are impervious to taxi cabs. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, he's just aiming for Mary Jane.
They're across a little table from each other. He hasn't.
It
got,
was
like,
it was a
accuracy.
tough shot. It was a half court at the buzzer, and you know what? A man makes it. That's it. You try to make
It's like trying to poop through a keyhole.
Yeah, and guess what? You're not gonna make it, but you're gonna try. You know why? Because an octopus got to do what an octopus got to do, man. You don't know anything.
Maybe we're going to use one arm to grab Peter and another arm to for the taxi
Wait,
cab.
isn't his mind being freaking manipulated by four individual freaking?
Yeah,
Sorry, he's a little violent. Like he's fucking all messed up right now. Don't hurt Peter. Don't murder Peter right now. Murder Peter. Okay, got it.
Peter is his information to get Spider-Man. If he kills Peter, that's his information gone.
You know how hard it is. Like you break a couple limbs.
Like
people get hit by taxis all the time.
A taxi cab.
Yeah.
A taxi cab's made of paper over there. What is going on? Are you guys
But you break some arms and some backs.
fiberglass.
Yeah, nothing's made of metal anymore.
Yeah, nothing's
Magneto would be fucked.
pretty much.
You ever just think when you see a person with a bunch of facial piercings, like I really hope you don't run into Magneto and piss him off. Like he's just
actually, I wish I had a magnet used most of the time.
Yeah. All right, what's up?
Mary Jane.
I wish I had telepathic powers most of the time myself.
Or would you be telling me to shut up and let Soda talk?
You don't know me. You know in my head.
Mary Jane.
Okay, go ahead, Soda. Here, I'll do you a favor. I'll mute myself. All right.
Mary Jane meets Peter in a coffee shop to ask if he still loves her, but Peter tells her that he does not. Doc Ock, having been
No,
advised
and then
by...
she tells him to kiss her. She's engaged, and she's like, "Kiss me and prove that you don't love me." I'm like,
Yeah.
I've never asked any person in my life to prove that they don't love me by kissing me.
Is she still just fishing for Peter or for Spider-Man?
Mhm.
It's like,
No,
you love me.
no.
You don't. I don't love you. Well, fucking just like give me one of these. We'll
No,
find
she
out.
doesn't know yet. She finds out towards the end.
Yeah, when
And then she calls him Tiger, not even the right animal. He's Spider.
Go get him, Spider.
Yeah. he's not Tiger Man. Dumb line.
That's based off the first thing she said to him. Face it, Tiger, you hit the jackpot.
Oh. Yeah, of course I got it. I'm trying to make a joke. You can't use logic or comedy. Come on. Thank you. Oh, did I land on, or did the category be comedies in round one? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Doc Ock, having been advised by Harry that Peter was the key to finding Spider-Man, destroys the coffee shop. Peter regains his spider sense at the right moment to throw Mary Jane and himself out of the way of a thrown taxi, but Doc Ock abducts Mary Jane in a plot to lure Spider-Man into a trap. Peter's powers fully return, and he dons his costume, stealing it back from an infuriated Jameson. Great scene, by the way. Great scene. He's
I like
saying
how he's
very
like
nice.
praising him, and then the moment he steals it, he's just like, he's a mess.
Can we just talk about how good J.K. Simmons is before we move on?
I'm so glad they brought him back for the MCU.
Buff J.K. Simmons is my favorite J.K. Simmons.
Mhm.
Although they got rid of the best part of when J.K. had the suit. Yeah, in the deleted scene, you see him in the whole Spider-Man suit.
Yeah. And he's dancing around the office dressed as Spider-Man.
I need to see this.
No, it's totally real.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, after the stream, I'm going to watch
You're
it.
not done yet? So, well, hurry up. Why do you keep stopping?
I'm the producer of your all-night taco stand. Remember that.
For the first couple hours. We're good.
And engages Doc Ock in a battle, which starts off at the top of a bell tower and then on top of a train. During the battle, Octavius disables the brakes to the train, forcing Spider-Man to rescue the runaway train. Spider-Man manages to stop the train before it can plunge over the end of the track, but at great physical exertion. He nearly falls, but the people in the train catch him and see him without his mask on. They agree to keep his identity a secret and try to
I like how a
protect him.
whole train of New Yorkers decide that they're not going to sell their story to the papers.
Pre-camera phones.
Yeah.
This is before
That's
everyone
I
had one.
said the same thing to Soda when we were watching this. I'm like, he could not, because he's walking around in alleyways with his mask off. I'm like, you couldn't do that in today's society.
Yeah, you have to wear a mask, especially out in public nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays.
Spider-Man just taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah. Or a mask suit. No, I was going to say top, I'm not going to do the math right now, but top 10 superhero movie scenes.
Agreed. This is
fucking easily. Like, I don't need to figure it out right now, but I can safely say
you can
in
safely
the top
say
10.
top 10. Yeah, and I'd agree.
Yeah, no, like I said in my opening statements, pretty much like the script itself doesn't hold up, but the action scenes all totally do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, where was I? They agree to keep his identity a secret and try to protect him from Doc Ock, but his mechanical arms are too much for them. Weak from his exertions, Spider-Man becomes dizzy and faints, and he is captured by Dr. Octopus and delivered to Harry Osborn. Harry unmasks Spider-Man and is shocked to discover that his sworn enemy is his best friend.
Yeah, don't tell him.
Yeah.
Tell Peter.
Spider-Man awakens and convinces Harry to reveal Octavius' whereabouts so he can rescue Mary Jane, learning that Octavius is rebuilding his machine and threatening the world. Spider-Man finds Dr. Octavius in an abandoned warehouse on a waterfront pier.
You all right, Ben?
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm sorry.
Ben, is that an undershirt
like he's
or
searching for something?
I'm looking for my phone, man. Oh,
okay.
I want to ask you, Ben, is that an undershirt or did you get a really awesome chest tattoo that just like leads up? That's what it looks like. Looks like you went and got this badass
that's
fucking chest tattoo. And I'm like, what's this Ben do when we're not on screen? Just as hardcore.
Wouldn't you like me know?
Folks crap from his phone that gives himself tattoos.
Yeah, you look like one of those like. Speaking of J.K. Simmons, you look like you're from the movie Oz and you're part of the biker gang who are all tattooed complete. You're like, what?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're all white, but we're not racist about it. That's their whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch Oz. What J-Way brought it up last like two months ago.
Yeah, he tried to sell me on it.
Oz is so good.
Spider-Man finds Dr. Octavius in an abandoned warehouse on a waterfront pier where he's restarted his fusion experiment. After battling with Doc Ock, Spider-Man manages to stun the villain with an electric shock. Peter then reveals his true identity to Octavius and pleads with him to stop the machine. Returned to his senses by the shock and determined to end his doomsday experiment before it causes more harm, Octavius uses his mechanical arms to collapse the floor of the building, successfully drowning the device at the cost of his own life.
Sorry, no. It's between me and Jess and everyone else, not you, Soda, though. Keep going.
Yep, of course. Mary Jane sees Peter without his mask on, but Peter tells her they can never be together as he will always have enemies. Across town, Harry has visions of his father, the late Norman Osborn, in a hanging mirror. The illusion demands that his son kill Peter Parker to avenge his death. Harry refuses and hurls a dagger at the mirror, shattering it and revealing a secret room containing the Green Goblin's combat gear. And
He's
the
like,
serum.
I didn't want to do it, but now that I've seen the lair, I'm on board.
So,
I'm on board.
Green Goblin is thinking, right, inside the mirror, all I gotta do is get him mad, and he's gonna throw something, and then he'll see this, right? Because what if he convinced him? Right? If he's like, go kill Peter, and he's like, got it. And then he leaves like, no, you didn't hear about the room. You know, I would love to see like a cut with him throwing the knife through the room, and it flips to like Warden Norton from Shawshank, like discovering the hole.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
That actually would have been pretty good. Shattering it and revealing a secret room containing the Green Goblin's combat gear and the serum that gave him his super strength. At the end of the film, Mary Jane leaves her wedding and finds Peter in his apartment, telling him that she has decided to be with him despite the risks. She persuades Peter to finally let her in while accepting the need of his vows by letting him respond to his sudden call for help. She looks on in uncertainty as Spider-Man swings away.
And she says, go get him, Spider.
Go get him, Tiger.
Spider.
Okay.
Go get him, man.
He says he'll accept everything that comes with being with him. Yet in the next movie, you think there's like a 180.
Yes. Yes, she is the worst character.
Yeah, she's not too great in this one either.
She's an asshole.
Yeah.
She's a legitimate asshole.
And in the first one, I mean, she's not that great either.
No, I think she honestly.
Let me find a redeeming thing. Oh wait, there is none.
I can't say them. Jess could, but she's not gonna. All right.
Wow, you guys want to watch that?
No.
Everything is.
Oh, the J. Jonah Jameson one?
The Jonah one.
Yeah.
All right, I thought you meant something else.
No.
Introducing the all-new Ford Maverick.
Nice. I love the Ford Maverick scene.
Yeah.
Gotta watch all that, right?
Built to defy.
How am I the only one who has Ford premium YouTube?
I feel like this is a topic that comes up a lot.
I'm tired of watching YouTube videos with you, Jess. Freaking ads.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, where have you gone to, Spider-Man? Where have you gone to, Spider-Man?
Who reads like that?
I mean, you would, wouldn't you?
I would.
I would.
I would.
That was great.
I'm surprised a guy of that age is that limber to jump on the desk.
Like little leap on there.
I couldn't do that. I like it made my back hurt.
We have like a competition between all the schmoes to see who can leap from the floor to a table.
I know we're gonna beat you because your knee got cut in half.
Yeah, no, I'm out by default.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I have a bad back. So it's probably gonna be Ben.
I have to watching my back, so I can't do that.
come on, Soda.
So
Okay.
Daniel then?
Maybe. No, this is one of my favorite ever Easter eggs on the DVD.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, I think I know this.
Oh, for Melinda does.
Yeah,
Okay.
was on training for his role on stage in Broadway's Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh my god, he might not be thinking of.
I love this.
If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man.
It goes in time with it.
Love Alfred Molina.
That reminds me of that one scene in what Birdcage with Robin Williams.
Oh, I love the birdcage.
Fussy. Vogue. Vogue.
Masha Graham, Madonna. Twyla.
He's the straight man in that. No
Oh
pun
my!
intended.
I love
And
that
like,
movie.
it's so good next to Nathan Lane's super
good.
campy.
Yeah. Oh, I love that movie. Jesus.
You died?
No,
I heard three girls do that. It echoed so. All right.
And Hank Azaria as the maid. Oh God, what was the name?
What is his name? It's not Hercules. It's something along those lines. Those.
Yeah.
lines.
I love
Amadeus.
What? No, it was Guatemalan. I know that.
I love Gene Hackman in that movie too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone in that film's spectacular. Now we've lost it. We've gone completely. We're reviewing a whole another film. It's now the Birdcage.
Agador, Spartacus.
Yeah, we go. See, Hercules, fine, close enough.
Yeah.
Are we?
Spiderman is a horrible character in that movie.
Who?
Are we gonna keep going, or are we good here? Or
We should probably wrap up.
We should probably wrap it up. So, because Taco, since it is your thing, you want to introduce it?
introduce what?
Well,
Plug
tell
what
us.
we're doing later.
I know. All right, I was fucking with you. Yes, I will totally introduce it. God, I hope. No, fuck off with the fucking. No one likes that. So when are you gonna realize it makes everyone uncomfortable when you do that? Well, you like it. Just. All right. Well, we're gonna literally just have soda on the screen, and we're gonna just, we're gonna tell him different things. He's just gonna improv. All right, now do Marlon Brando. All right.
Oh wow.
Not that Marlon Brando. Do Apocalypse Now, Marlon Brando. The horror.
No, but I
You
can
gotta
do
turn
Elmer
off your
Fudd.
lights first. Turn off the lights.
I can do Elmer
Look in
Fudd
the
doing Colonel
shadows.
Kirk. Hold on.
There we go.
I've
Oh
heard that.
no.
One of the few Robin Williams bits I can do. The horror.
That was Robin Williams?
That was Robin Williams doing. I saw
Yeah.
that from a bit. Elmer Fudd doing Apocalypse Now.
He's still, yeah, that must have been one of the
Okay.
famous bits he stole. That's Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh, I
Yeah,
saw
that must be one of Robin Williams' favorite stolen bits. That's hilarious.
The joke is from like a special from like '82, I think. So I don't know.
Yeah, really, really young Gilbert Godfrey is. All right, Elmer Fudd and Apocalypse at the whole. Yeah, he does the exact same. Yeah, thank you. That's Gilbert. All right, in 1 hour ish, we will be doing the third all-night taco stand right here on Schmoes of the North. That means the one person watching hears this promo because I doubt too many people are going to finish the hour of this video before the hour that we start. But yeah, we're doing the all-night taco stand. We will be starting off the first 2 hours or ish. Hopefully we finish it by then, but we're starting off playing for this belt for the Alien Game Championship. Let's talk about Star Wars. Boom. And that will be Marie Wilson, myself, 50 Shades of Grey, and Grey. Wow. I hope he's that.
Another show. I mean,
Yeah, 50 Shades and Evan Bushkar. No, Jay Wade, put it down. Okay. Also, after we're done with that, we will be having a bunch of guests on. I guess there's going to be some surprise guests that I don't even know about. And then there's all the guests that I tried to bring on, and hopefully it goes good. My co-host for the entire night's going to be Jess, unless she has to go and do like normal stuff because it's 8 hours. And Soda's going to produce as long as he wants. Hopefully he's going to be a guest more than
I'll be off screen for the game. I will be on screen after that doing my stuff.
Good, because I will keep adding you if you try to just produce after it. You're part
I'll
of the
also
show.
add you too.
Yeah.
No, I'll be there.
You gave her a Thor top.
I took
Um,
tomorrow
Oh,
off for that
yes.
particular reason.
Good. I don't have tomorrow off. I work at 8 p.m. tomorrow, so
Oh.
that's why I'm doing it. And yeah, I can't wait. So if anyone is watching, tune in an hour.
Yeah. And yeah, and so you know what? I'm gonna cut it off now. On behalf of myself, Ben, Jess, Taco, we will see you next week on Spinning the Web, Shooting the Web, whatever the hell it was we were calling it this time around again. And you
We're
will
gonna
also
talk Spider-Man.
we'll also see you on the All Night Taco Stand. See you guys later and have a good evening and stay sweet.